and welcome to this week's episode of Totally Oblivious Podcast. I'm your host, Caleb, here with co-host Alex. And before we begin this week's episode, gotta get some housekeeping out of the way. I had a fan message me on Instagram and said he really enjoys the podcast, so I just wanted to shout that out.
Also, watch Edge of Sleep. I haven't yet.
But do that. Edge of Sleep, very good.
Yeah,
very good.
Markiplier.
Final point of business. Andrew Stever, our buddy from high school, started watching the podcast. He said, he was like, I'll start watching it. Gets to like the first episode and gets to the part where you immediately insult his nose.
I love you, Stever.
I love Stever.
I always think about his nose. Send this clip personally to him in post.
That's what he was saying too. He's like,
I will always
is that the only thing that people remember me is just my nose?
No. There was other things he did.
There's other things, but
if he were to have a spirit animal,
it'd be his own nose.
And that is how you know character silhouettes. Out of everybody in my mind, your nose is on the same level as Goku's, and I think that's fantastic. Love you, Steven. Love you, bud.
His nose is the same as Mickey Mouse's head in your mind.
Real. Love you, Steven.
Oh man. Anyway, that's the end of official.
It's still spooky month, and while we're not being the one scared right now,
Miss 18, she's a baddie.
That is AI and is not in the game. Nintendo got those shit robbed, bro.
They did.
Or Game Freak in specific. So of course, we're talking about Pokemon leagues. We've made a plethora of Pokemon-related episodes. We have Pokemon.
Surprisingly, so many times we've brought up Pokemon on this podcast,
and we got crew members that are Pokemon. We got Charmander and Totodile behind the camera. It is so. You set them up every time, and they're not even on screen, and I love it.
So funny.
I
don't even think about that. I just put them there.
Real. Yes. Our Charmanders are, you know what's so weird? He's the electric type, but he should be in charge of the chords, but he's the sound guy.
Well, who else would be in charge of sound? Look at his big old ears.
The sound Pokemon that aren't actually sound Pokemon.
We don't like them though.
Racism.
I don't like Whismur.
No. Isn't there other? What about Loud? Is it Loud
It's
Boom?
Whismur and then Loudred.
Loudred. Oh, yeah. Those are kind of mid.
Or is X-Cloud also part of it?
Well, there's not sound Pokemon. There's
it's
sound
just a two-stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loudred's a one, right?
Yeah, it's.
We have the power of the internet just
Loudred.
fucking guessing. Every single time. But no, if you're not caught up in the loop, Heroin for Pokemon fans kicked up about 6 days ago, and leaks are still coming out. I think Pokemon
crazy.
Central is barely on Gen 6. They haven't even got to 7, 8, or 9 yet. So by the time we post this, everything should be caught up, and I think they even have stuff from like Gen 10. They
do, but one of my coworkers was saying that the leaker wasn't going to put out stuff for Gen 10. They're like, out of respect, not going to leak anything for Gen 10. Leaked actual addresses of employees. And then their own name.
Well, shit. Out of respect, but here's their IP address.
But here's where everybody lives, and also myself and my social security number.
That's actually very stupid.
Yeah, I think this guy. Well, then again, wasn't it he got like the guy who leaked everything, or the reason why there's a data breach was the guy just got an email and opened an email.
How, bro? No, okay. So this is way more technical even than I know. I like to say I'm a little bit average in almost every subject, but I think in this case it's quite literally the most bonkers ass hack ever. It was like somebody got sent something. There was something in the file you could trace back to. Pokemon Centrals isn't the guy who leaked it or was the hacker. It was somebody else. So basically, he's the third. He's the middleman in all of this.
Yeah, they always are the middleman. They just report what's going on.
Whoever did this was the most biggest brain guy ever. He was like, I see this source code file, found it, was able to breach their servers because of it, and has now like released 25 years of like information.
Yeah.
How? I don't know how Pokemon has all that shit in one place. I'm actually shocked.
Because it goes beyond even Gen 3, right? Like before then.
I think 1 and 2 are there too.
Okay, so yeah, it's about 25 years then of
it's actually
content.
but the thing is though, we already knew about Gen 1 and 2. They released it forever.
That leaked or was it leaked or was it just released?
I think no. So that one was a file searching in a beta version of the game. So we know beta information about Gens 1 and 2, but all the stuff we're being shown now is like pre-alpha. So it's like 3 steps removed from what we've actually seen with Gen 1 and 2.
Stuff.
So it's actually insane. Bro, other game companies better fix their shit, because if it's like you get sent something and some guy goes, hold on, let me look here real quick to find stuff is insane. That'd be like...
Got everyone's information.
And dude, there's like terabytes of information just out there. And it's all been downloaded. No matter how much Game Freak tries to stop it, it's multiple people have downloaded the entire files. So... don't be shocked over the course, if you're a Pokemon fan, over the course of the next like few months of like people just being like, the origins of this random Pokemon that was never introduced. And then I don't know, Latios Blaziken finally was like
the
revealed.
early design of
But we already technically knew, but like it was like finished and they really cut it, bro. And that's wild.
It's true.
Your goat Mudkip was never real. How do you feel about that?
He is technically he is real because he was the final product, but he was almost something else. He was almost a rabbit.
Do you like the rabbit? I think we can put this
I like the rabbit, but I can't say I like it more than Mudkip.
Interesting.
Specifically because I know it wouldn't be a water ground, so its typing would already be inferior to Mudkip's.
I think it would have been. It's still a rabbit.
But
water normal would have been wild.
I think it would have been probably water like ice or something.
Oh damn. Yeah, I could see it.
Just given its color scheme, it was not going to be.
Trico's design is still goated. It's still the same.
No,
basically.
here's the one that's the goated design. Ninjask, unchanged completely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't
literally
seen.
You see the beta Nincada and beta Shedinja, and they look like pretty different. And then in the middle is just Ninjask looking exactly the same as he does today.
His hidden ability is literally transcending. You cannot touch me.
You can't touch him. He's uber powerful.
Jesus. But no, I haven't actually seen all the Pokemon designs. So if you can find those in the comments, and we can. Okay, another thing too, by the way, these are real because Nintendo has taken them almost nearly all down.
Yeah, it's like,
so this is a real leak.
Also, it's like bad. Like this is like probably one of the worst. Besides the one that happened with Insomniac at the beginning of the year, this is probably one of the worst.
Man, that's
leaks.
oh my god. There's been 2 major leaks this year. Holy shit.
Oh,
no, this is far worse. This has to be like one of the worst leaks in like gaming history.
It's crazy.
Because you have like 25 years of data just there. Dude, we had like Pokemon builders, like screenshots and stuff like the resources they used to build Gen 3.
That's crazy.
So it's like everything got leaked here. But I think most people are just looking at the Pokemon lore, which there is a lot here. And it's so genuinely cool seeing all this stuff.
A lot of it seems like it's like just concept art from throughout the development of each game. Wow.
What are you looking at?
It's a Legends Arceus prototype, and it's just Brock as the main character.
That's real.
Look at this. I'm not gonna show it on screen.
You can show me.
I'm showing Alex. Look, it's just it's just Brock.
I hope that's a placeholder for all 3D models they ever do. And it's
That'd
just
be
an
pretty
inside
fun.
joke.
Just everything's. What's funny too is it's specifically the Brock from the Diamond and Pearl series.
That's so
they
weird.
actually put effort into being like, so we're gonna grab specifically the Diamond and Pearl Brock for the Diamond and Pearl game, and then we're not gonna use him.
That's so weird. And then he doesn't even have an ancestor cameo or anything. It's that's just Brock.
It's Brock was the original.
But I will say too, though, with some of these leaks, a lot of the cool art that's been squished down for the 3DS has been finally released in HD. Thank God. Some of that art is genuinely cool to look at from 6. I haven't even looked at the 6 information. I'm waiting till.
I haven't really looked at any of it, to be honest. I just saw I just read the stories, and I was like, yeah.
The Pokemon Mythos one's pretty cool. I like it's weird.
Crazy. I think that's what we're gonna mostly cover today.
Because that's just the cool stuff.
But yeah, it's a lot of concept art,
and it's like some of it's genuinely cool, and you have to question like, wow, they didn't add any of this, and it's kind of sad, or explain it like. Bro, 6 is gonna be so weird looking at. I can't wait for all the cut content.
Did someone say Pokemon Presents? Tune in to our official YouTube channel at 6 a.m. on October 24th to watch Central Leaks being executed live.
Bro, and I know for a fact, gaming lore to keep in spooky month. I know the Nintendo ninjas are at that motherfucker's house.
Whoever leaked this is dead. They're dead.
Or they have your bank account has been found. We know who you are. Like your family, your friends. We know your hobby. Like this is not me joking. The Nintendo ninjas are known for this. They're as critical as FBI agents. Wow, they are insane. There's going
to be a chameleon Pokemon in X and Y.
That's wild. That's.
Look at that design. Bro, that's a pretty cool design.
I'll describe it for people. I think I'm legally allowed to. You can tell these are real too by the fact that with some concept art they've shown before, it has a certain style to it before.
You know
it's
what
finalized.
I want to see? I want to see the concept art for Quaxley, and if they had any other design ideas other than the crappy one they went with for Gen 9.
It's probably out there, but you can tell. Even with that, the water rabbit, I think his name is Water. I think it's actually just Water Rabidu in Japanese.
I think it is.
There's somebody on that design team who's been there forever who is now just in control because all the Mons kind of look like that.
Yeah, they kind of do.
So whoever was the senior advisor for most of these Pokemon designs has been gone, and who's been ever making those Gen 10ish look, or maybe even Gen 9 looks, is clearly in control. You can even clearly tell with the chameleon here. It's like, it kind of looks weird. It kind of looks like a xenomorph, at least in its first form.
A little bit. I think that ended up becoming Inkay.
Oh, definitely. It's so weird. And then Furfrou was the first Pokemon design for Gen 6, I think.
Makes sense. French.
God, bro, it's all media cannot be displayed. Right. And then Mew 3 being a thing. Note, it's not actually Mew 3. It's just
Mega Mewtwo.
It's just the code name they had for it, which is still weird they thought about that. So, and then Mew is also referenced, I think, in the you can show the Arceus circle because that's canon. In the image, and I think in the left hand side, it's one of the smaller circles. It's so much, bro. And you know what's weird? They've never made like a book of just all this stuff.
And you think they would?
Yeah.
Like apparently they did for when they made Omega Ruby and Sapphire. They had a lot of that concept art, but they haven't done it for all of it yet, which is weird.
And you know what's weird? Giratina is not finalized. That's just a late addition. You know how weird that is? You make like a god trio, and then there's clearly like a Christian like theme with it with Arceus, and then it's just like the devil's not there. That's so weird.
Just the last second, they're like, "Oh,
let's add the devil real quick."
We forgot Satan.
It's so weird.
Yeah. Where are the mythos?
The mythos ones? Hold on. I sent you them on my phone. I can send them on Twitter. That's a naked Furfrou.
They shaved that poor dog.
You can show that one on screen. That's just a real Pokemon. It's at the beginning. Has it made history? Oh my god, bro.
You know, here's what I'm gonna do: is I'm not gonna show anything on screen because I don't even want to tempt Nintendo. I got flagged for the latest Dragon Ball video I put out.
Why?
Because it slightly had
the survivor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just turn off your game audio, bro.
Yeah. That.
Oh, because we're just talking about this. It's gonna load.
So if Dragon Ball will do that,
Nintendo
then I know for sure Nintendo has their eyes on like instant kill mode.
Yeah.
If they see anything, they're killing it on the spot.
And I don't get why it's like these are just beta designs.
Yeah,
they're unusable.
I get if it was Gen 10 leaks,
Yeah.
or if we were showing like.
I'm seeing beta Curum in front. Have you seen beta Curum yet or no?
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing it. It's just like
I
you're not
the
gonna
final
use it.
design. A lot of the final designs are better.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell.
I think the only ones from the previous leak was the only one that there was designs that were way better.
Yeah.
Like I think Garchomp's beta design was way better than what they
saw Sharpedo's and it looked a lot more sharkish, and I won't lie, kind of looked tiger sharkish.
Yeah.
So like imagine Sharpedo's like front part, but then the tail's
but
elongated.
actually having a tail.
I actually prefer it a lot more. I thought it
Yeah.
was pretty. Damn, bro, they fucking took off everything.
How
bro.
much is gone?
Almost all of it's gone. A lot of the
Dang.
videos are still up though, but like if you look at the comments, they're not targeting the comments because this is the main stuff. But like it's insane. Also, some of the music too got leaked, and I won't lie, a lot of it is a bop. I'm shocked they just.
It's always been.
Yeah.
I mean, the final games have incredible soundtracks, so
Oh yeah.
I'd imagine.
Leaker is planning to. Wait, hold on. I didn't read this. The Leaker is planning to release the full source code of X and Y. Nah, bro.
What?
We're gonna see randomizer X and Y in the future. That's wild,
That's
bro. Like
crazy.
full on customization. That's insane. That's so wild. All of them. All of it is gone. Oh my god. But it's all been downloaded, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It is so weird seeing all this. I wasn't able to go in full with it. I would have been like, bro, we gotta make a podcast now. But like, I was fucking in Oregon.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
all of it's just there, bro. But like,
All right, let's get to the juicy stuff.
do you want to look at your phone?
Let's get to send it to me over Twitter so I have a bigger screen to read it off of. Oh wow, you're right. It's a lot of it is gone. But yeah, you have a good point. Why are we not able to see it? Like it's just concept art. It doesn't, unless it's like Pokemon that they're planning on releasing in the future. I don't see a reason why we.
But none of it's
be
been
allowed to see
used.
it.
Like if you even using that argument, you look at the current Mons and the ones from like 15 years ago in the beta stuff, none of them have been used. Oh well, some of them have. There's cases of it, but they've been so dramatically changed. Like Scraggly, what's his name? He has the pull-up pants.
Yeah, Scraggy.
Scraggy's design was eventually, or the idea of it was used, but like the original design wasn't. And like I guess, but even then, it's still their intellectual.
Okay, I found the Slackoth story.
You did?
I did.
Is that the one? Is it with Typhlosion or no?
No, this is just the Slackoth one. So I guess we can start off with that.
We can do that. I'll find the Pokemon Origin one.
So
You can go.
I didn't see this part before. Theme: Original Sin, based on the current Pokemon world. In the distant past, when the boundary between Pokemon and humans was still blurred, there was a woman and her companions. Every day they were bored, so they would often catch Slackoth living in the nearby forest. They played cruel games with the captured Slackoth, sometimes killing them for fun, gouging out their eyes,
Jesus
or cutting off their ears. One day, the woman was walking alone in the forest and saw a Slackoth hanging from a tree. She climbed the tree to catch it, but slipped and injured herself. At that moment, a Vigoroth appeared. This Vigoroth had a torn ear. The woman, startled, tried to flee, but her injured leg hurt too much and she couldn't move. The Vigoroth, with the torn ear, suddenly attacked her. When it saw her, the woman lost consciousness. When she awoke, she was in an unfamiliar place. Before her lay a clear lake, surrounded by trees, from which many Slackoth and Vigoroth were hanging. All the Pokemon bore wounds somewhere on their bodies, marks left by the woman and her companions. Upon closer inspection, she noticed that some of the Slakoth hanging from the trees were corpses.
What?
They were the very Slakoth that the woman and her friends had killed and discarded. The Slakoth were throwing those corpses into the lake. Terrified, the woman tried to run away, but a Slacking appeared. The Slacking also had a torn ear. The woman realized that this was the same Vigoroth she had seen earlier, and fear overwhelmed her, causing her to faint once more. When the woman regained consciousness, she found herself at the entrance of the forest near her home, surrounded by her friends. They carried her back to the house. Sometime later, the woman gave birth to a child, but it wasn't a human child. It was a Slakoth. She intended to abandon it, but couldn't bring herself to do so. She stopped meeting with her friends and decided to raise the Slakoth. One day, her friends, concerned about her, visited the area near her home. They found the Slakoth sleeping there, the child of the woman. As they always did, they caught the Slakoth, stabbed it in the chest, and killed it. They took its corpse and headed to the woman's house. When she saw the slain Slakoth, the woman was overwhelmed with sorrow. She grabbed the Slakoth's body and ran deep in the forest. Her friends, shocked, chased after her. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the surroundings suddenly opened up, and they found the same clear lake from before. Around the lake were many Slakoth and Vigoroth. The woman stood before the lake, and, holding the lifeless body of the Slakoth, she threw herself into the water. Afterwards, the woman's friends began to treat Slakoth as companions, just as she had in her final moments. This one might actually be the most wild one out of all of them.
What the fuck did I just hear, bro? What? I kind of. Do you know what this sounds like? This sounds like a Tumblr fanfic.
It really is.
Like, who thought about this?
But I mean, what makes me think that this is probably extremely true is there are stories that you find within the games that are very similar to...
Wasn't this all in 4? 4 was like the lore dump for all of this, right?
I think... Let's see.
Because that's insane. Like,
I think this is before... Yeah, this is like after 4, before 5.
Now, I'll be real. This was not in the final game, so I'm not going to fault them. But I am going to fault them at the fact of why that you would think
somebody wrote that in the first place.
It's like, what do you... Why? What's the point of this? What does this teach the audience? That Pokemon can be a bit touchy?
I mean, to be fair, they did kill a bunch of babies. A bunch of baby animals they killed.
Uh-huh.
But then it ended in rape.
Yeah.
So it's
eye for an eye, I guess?
It's just bad.
You know what? Oh, bro. When was Gen 4? Dude, do you think they were inspired by some of those crazier like Bigfoot stories? I remember hearing that stuff. That's so weird.
It might be.
That's so why?
But yeah, that's just insane.
And that's not the only one. There's more.
There's more. The next one, theme, the collapse of culture and relationships.
Okay.
This one's small.
Okay.
There was a time when the boundary between Pokemon and humans was blurred. In a coastal village, there was a man. One day, he was walking along the shore. He found a female octillery washed up on the beach.
No.
The man had relations with the octillery.
No.
And then threw it back in the sea. The next day, he went to the same spot and found the same octillery again. He once more had relations with it and threw it back in the sea as before. This guy's just the deep from the boys.
But the octillery showed up again, bro.
It showed back.
Maybe they're just freaky.
But one night, after several days had passed, the man had a dream. In the dream, the octillery spoke to him. I cannot come to you, but I will deliver our child to you. It is our child, yours and mine. The next morning, the man went to the place he had met the octillery. There he found a boy. The man took the boy home and raised him. Time passed, the boy grew into a young man, and the father passed away. The young man was always lonely. One day, as the young man was walking along the shore, he saw a group of people playing in the distance. They all had very large swords in their hands as they danced. The young man approached the people, and as he got closer, he saw that Sharpedo were playing along the beach. When he tried to get closer, the Sharpedo suddenly leapt into the sea all at once. However, one of the Sharpedo lingered, looking around 3 times before swimming away. At the spot where the Sharpedo had been playing, there was a large sword lying on the beach. It was a shape he had never seen before. It was very sharp and pointed. The young man took the sword home. The next day, the young man took the sword and went into the forest. While walking through the forest, he encountered an Ursaring. He tried slashing at the Ursaring's mouth with the sword, and the mouth was easily severed. Next, he stabbed the Ursaring's eyes, and they were easily pierced. Finally, the young man thrust the sword in the Ursaring's chest, and the Ursaring died effortlessly.
But you know what? Hold on. I want to drop some Pokemon lore. Mm-hmm. Wasn't it stated by, I think, one of the original game developers during like Gen 2, like when the Pokemon manga was being a thing, where all the wild... I will still remember this to this day because it was absolutely mind-boggling to me as a child, where Misty goes, "I hope my boobs evolve." That is the same manga in which Arbok gets sliced in half, right, and all the gym leaders are like part of Team Rocket. So like hearing these stories, I think low-key they've always wanted to do some stupid shit like this, but they just don't.
They read this and were like, that's a little too far. Because like, a boob joke's a boob joke. Mm-hmm. But then this guy's literally...
I don't know, the artillery kind of liked it. It came back for seconds, dog.
I mean...
Can we get artillery? What hole do you put it in?
Can we question the ethics of seeing an animal twice in the same spot and thinking, oh, it looks like it came back for more. It must have enjoyed the intercourse we had. That might actually be the most insane conclusion to jump to upon seeing an animal sitting in the same place in nature.
It's so weird.
That's actually like awful.
It is. That's
terrible to think if it was a human.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in the same place again. She must have liked it.
But then it gives a message. It says, hold on, let me use a psychic ability to give you a...
That's true. It did psychically tell the man, I'm bringing you a child. That's yours.
It's a weird story, bro.
And it's not done.
It's going still? Oh,
it's still going.
Go.
So he killed an Ursaring. That day, the young man killed 30 Ursaring.
Damn.
After that, he always carried the sword with him, playing by injuring the Pokemon he encountered or cutting off parts of their bodies. One autumn, while the young man was searching for firewood, he lost his way. After walking for a while, he stumbled upon an Ursaring's den. Inside, there was an elderly Ursaring lying down. The elderly Ursaring looked at the man and said, "Come inside." The young man hesitated, but it was getting dark outside. He entered the den. Before long, people began to enter the den one after the other, filling the room completely. Looking closer, he saw that all the people had been scarred faces, and some were missing their eyes. They were chatting among themselves, but the young man ignored them and fell asleep. At one point, he woke up to find the elderly Ursaring lying beside him. He fell asleep again. When he awoke once more, there were many people around talking about something. Again, the young man ignored them and went back to sleep. When spring arrived, the elderly Ursaring spoke. "Do you want to go home? Then I shall send you home. When you return, a whale lord will soon be found near the village. Go there. We will send a man. You must leave the sword behind and bring a witness. Why did you do such things, cutting faces and slicing off noses?" The elderly Ursaring escorted the man back to the village. Upon his return, the young man recounted everything that had happened to the villagers. The following morning, the young man took some villagers with him and headed to the shore. As they walked along the coast, they found a large whale lord. Nearby on the beach was a Teddy Ursa. When it noticed the young man, the Teddy Ursa hid in the forest, and a large Ursaring came out in its place. As the Ursaring charged at him, the young man tried to draw the sword he had hidden, but it got stuck, and he couldn't pull it out. So he rushed at the Ursaring with his bare hands. The young man and the Ursaring grappled, punching at each other's faces. They strangled each other with all their strength, and so they choked each other to death, collapsing on top of one another. The villagers went back and told the others what they'd seen.
That's kind of raw, though.
That's crazy.
Is this just like
this guy literally
born a bastard became no, not really a badass, but like it was known.
He strangled a bear to death.
You know what? I'm gonna have to anti-feed him as a power scaler. It wasn't Ursa Ring at full power. There's still another evolution in some regions.
That's true, but it's still a whole bear.
It is a whole ass bear.
That's still a whole bear.
I think what they try to do here, gonna get them the benefit of the doubt, aside from the artillery scenes. Is it supposed to be like a Greek myth?
I think it is. I think it is supposed to be like.
Because being fair, with a lot of Greek myth, there is a lot of R words happening constantly, and it's really weird.
Yeah. Well, oh my gosh.
What?
All right, this one's long. It's the one we've been waiting for.
Hold on, wait a minute. I gotta.
Alex, I gotta apologize to you right now. Uh-huh. Your goat is getting flamed. No pun intended.
I will say on my official Pokemon team, Typhlosion, for a while now, before this leak was here, I replaced him for Corviknight because regular Typhlosion, being fire type, fucking sucks. His move pool is ass. Ghost Typhlosion's different though, but I don't know if we're gonna count them as the same mon. But damn.
The Totodile fans are sitting nice, and the
Meganium fans are winning right now.
The 4 Meganium fans are cheering to the hills that their starter is no longer going to be considered the least favorite.
No, remember too, this is not official.
This is not official.
I have to hear the story because I've been hearing that this might not be Typhlosion, and it might not be Ditto.
We'll see.
Okay,
we'll see.
Yap to
me. Theme: the relationship between humans and Pokemon / human-like ways of thinking. I don't like the implications.
I don't
reading that theme and knowing what happens in the story.
I don't know.
Worst implication.
I've just seen a lot of Rule 34 artists just kind of do some shenanigans.
No, I'm gonna have to drink some water for this one. This is long.
Some Japanese man was.
Whoever wrote these, I don't think has a job anymore.
Who knows?
This is some wild stuff.
You know what's weird too?
About children-friendly animals.
Were they ever for children though?
Yes.
Well, I don't know.
That was their specific design was based on the wonders of catching bugs as a child.
Yeah, but then they got a little bit too adult with it. I don't know. That statement from the directors about the Pokemon manga just kind of sticks to me this day. I'm like, what do you mean this is what you envisioned for the world? And the game isn't what you wanted. That's kind of weird.
Arbok getting cut in half. Yeah.
Misty talking about her chesticles.
To be fair, Japan has a very different culture when it comes to women's breasts.
Yeah, they're a bit weird.
Like we condone. No, we do not like the nipple.
No nipple.
We don't like seeing the nipple. We don't like any part of the boob being shown in our face. But in Japan,
that's different.
In Japan, it's boing boing.
Boing boing. Anyway, hit me with this catastrophic.
Long ago, when the boundary between Pokemon and humans was unclear, there was a village somewhere. One day, a girl from that village went to the mountains to gather firewood.
Oh, we're cooked. We're cooked. The last 2 stories did this, bro. Why is it always a girl just trying to do her daily tasks?
Just trying to live.
All right, keep going.
She found well-dried dead wood deep in the forest, so she kept going further in.
No.
Before she realized it, the sun was setting, and she had lost her way. Around her, there were droppings from a Typhlosion, which made the girl anxious. Just then, a man appeared from the other side of the forest. His face didn't resemble anyone from the village, but he was very handsome. The man said, "You must be lost, right? I know the way down the mountain, but with your pace, it would be midnight before we get there. I'll take you back tomorrow morning, so why don't you rest at my place tonight?" The girl had no choice but to agree with the man's suggestion. The man took her hand and began to walk. As evening fell, arrived at a large cave.
We're cooked.
This is my home. You must be very hungry, right?
Oh,
wait
my
here.
God.
Saying that, the man went outside the cave. After he left, a red light shone from far away in the mountains. And there was the sound of the trees swaying. Before long, the man returned carrying many red berries. He said, "Eat this, then let's sleep for the night. If you wake up before I do, don't look at my face." The next morning, when the girl woke up, the man was still asleep. She honored her promise and stayed lying down, waiting. Before long, she fell back asleep. She was awakened by the man's voice. When she looked outside, the sun was already setting. "Today we'll eat green berries. Wait here." And with that, he went out of the cave. After he left, the same red light shone from far away, and the sound of trees swaying echoed once more. By the time the sun had set completely, the man returned, carrying many green berries. He said, "Eat this, then let's sleep for the night. Even if you wake up before I do, don't look at my face." The girl expressed her concern that her family would be worried and that she wanted to go home soon. The man yawned widely and tapped her on the head. At that moment, she completely forgot about her family and home. The two of them ate the green berries together and then fell asleep. The same routine continued, with them waking up when the sun had set, the man going out to gather berries, and the two of them eating and sleeping together. Eventually, the girl realized that the man was a Typhlosion. As winter approached, the Typhlosion dug deeper into the cave and said to the girl, "Go and gather wood for firewood. Break off the branches from higher parts of tall trees." The girl tried to do as the Typhlosion instructed, but the tall trees scared her, so she could only climb the shorter ones. When she brought back some branches, the Typhlosion said, "That won't do. If it's not from the higher branches, humans will find us." When the snow began to fall, the two of them lived in the depths of the cave, mostly sleeping. There was plenty of food. Occasionally they would wake up, eat, and then go back to sleep. One day she awoke. The girl was holding a child. After several days and nights passed, the Typhlosion said, "Your father is looking for you, but you are my wife, so I can't return you. I will have to fight him." The girl pleaded.
No, bro, what the? Okay. All right.
The girl pleaded, "Please don't do that. Please don't kill my father. How can I live with you if you kill my family? You are a good person, so please stay here with me and sleep." "All right, let's stay here and sleep." The man nodded. The next night, the Typhlosion woke the girl and said, "Your father is close by. Go and see." When the girl went outside, a snowstorm was raging. She climbed a low tree and broke off a branch. When she returned to the cave, the Typhlosion was singing a song she had never heard before. "You broke off a branch, didn't you? Soon your father will come here. I'm going to do something bad to your father. If I am killed, take my eyes, my voice, and my heart. Build a fire at the spot where I was killed and burn them. And while they burn, sing this song until the fire goes out." The girl said, "Please don't do it. Don't kill my father. If anyone is to be killed, let it be you.
Damn.
Goodbye. We will never meet again."
Damn.
With those words, the Typhlosion went outside. After a while, there was a loud noise, and the girl looked outside. She saw her father had killed the Typhlosion. She rushed out and said to her father, "Father, you have killed my husband. I have been living with him all this time. He was my husband. Please give me my husband, the Typhlosion's eyes, voice, and heart." The girl built a fire at the place where the Typhlosion had been killed and put his eyes, voice, and heart into the flames. She sang the song the Typhlosion had taught her until the fire burned out. The girl's father built a small hut on the edge of the village for the girl and her child to live in. Eventually spring arrived. The young men of the village often teased and tormented the girl and her child. It became worse over time, and one day they tried to drape a Typhlosion's pelt over them. The girl returned home and pleaded with her parents, "Please tell the villagers to stop teasing us. If they put that pelt on us, we will surely become Typhlosion. We are already half Typhlosion as it is." Despite the parents' pleas, the villagers did not listen. In fact, they found it even more amusing and eventually draped the Typhlosion pelt over the girl and her child. At that moment, they howled loudly and vanished into the depths of the forest. The two were never seen again, and so people came to understand Typhlosion are half human beings.
That's how it ends?
That's the end of it. That is the end of the Typhlosion tale. So, I didn't read that last part before when I read it, but after reading that now, if this is at all to be taken as canon, which I don't think it should,
no,
that makes it even worse what Typhlosion did.
It's like, you can't just say, but it's a Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon. It literally says, and so people came to understand Typhlosion are half human beings. That means that was a fully conscious creature.
So that means
fully aware of its actions and still chose to do that. I don't know how old the girl is, but the fact that it says a girl, not a woman, it is a girl. And when you refer to a girl specifically in media such as Pokemon, that usually implies that they are very young.
Yeah.
Like younger than...
It's definitely younger than 18.
Not an adult.
Yeah.
I'll say that as much.
Yeah.
So, I don't think there's a defense for that.
Can you look through the comments to see I saw the transforming statement. People were being like, it wasn't actually Typhlosion, but how it ends with that. What?
Pause.
Bro, what in the... This is a creepypasta.
This is actually crazy.
I don't get why. Like, this is just... Hold on. Let me... But there was nothing set up. Okay, with Hisuian Typhlosion, there's not... With his Pokédex entries, all it says for him... Hold on, where's my phone? Where the fuck is my phone? You hold this. Okay, I don't think that meme necessarily works, because is it... hold on, I'm gonna have to do some research.
Well, I've heard people say that the Typhlosion in this story might be the Hisuian version.
I can't believe people are speculating about stories that already been real, but it's fine. Hold on.
Because a normal Typhlosion wouldn't have the ability to make people forget stuff and psychically change its form.
Yeah, that's right. But that would end up meaning that woman is now a ghost, right?
That's true.
I want to see the Dex entries on this. That's so weird, bro. Because the whole time I was imagining this, I was just seeing regular fire type Typhlosion, just like.
That's because that's what we can assume, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like either version's kind of not looking good right now.
Yeah. Said to purify lost, forsaken souls with its flames and guide them to the afterlife. I think it says I believe is in the statement of the trainer. I believe its form has been influenced by the energy of sacrifice mountain towers at Hisuian's center. Or sacred mountain towering. It's so weird. I understand maybe like the psychic shenanigans of it being like maybe influence of the ghost type, but I think this might genuinely just be like some wild ass Typhlosion, bro.
But no, yeah, this guy's saying that this sounds like these stories, the Slackoth one and Typhlosion sound like mythology from other cultures. Because I know I've seen a lot of people say that Typhlosion's story is very close to one about a yokai that Typhlosion is loosely based off of.
Because don't they do it? What's her face from Gen 4? It's the Ghost Dice one. I think she has a story like that too.
Yeah, where her Pokédex entry says she steals men from mountains and freezes them and keeps them as a collection.
Okay, hold it. Wait a minute. I just had this revelation. Why are we shocked that these stories exist? Some of the Dex entries are actually bananas.
The ghost Pokemon entries are insane.
Yeah,
like those are actually terrifying.
What's one of the wilder ones? Don't Gengar steal people?
Gengar, if you're licked by I think Gengar does, like, if you ever like encounter a Gengar, that basically you're already dead.
Like Gengar in Gen 1, absolutely cracked Pokemon. Gengar in any other generation, complete ass. Unless if it's Megas or something. Gengar in lore, run away. You're dead.
Like literally,
You're
like, I can't remember which Dex entry.
There's so many
that they say it, but yeah, in Gengar's in one of them, literally, if you encounter Gengar, it says it's too late to run.
That's so wild, bro. You got a normal type Pokemon, you're cooked.
No, if you have a normal one, you're fine.
Oh, that's where you can't get hit.
Yeah, let's see. I know.
And there's a few. There's a lot of ones that say like his power's otherworldly, and it's like his full potential's in a different dimension or something with like its mega evolution and its Gigantamax form. So it's like, don't get me wrong. I hear these stories while they're extremely awful because they're more in detail. Mm-hmm. It's not out of the realm. They do end up doing darker stuff for like no apparent reason.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's so weird, but like out of every Pokemon to choose, you chose a starter. It could have been like a Mudkip, or not a Mudkip. It could have been
a starter.
It could have been like a Magikarp or a Rhydon. Hell, it could have even been Dragonite. I would have been heartbroken if it was my goat. That's my certified goat though, Dragonite. But like, really, a starter? You chose a starter.
And Typhlosion too, of all of them.
Yeah, like one of the more popular ones.
That's crazy. That is actually crazy.
You know what? Does that imply that? Because they imply that they're half human, half Pokemon, or like everybody's half human, half Pokemon. So is it just a whole bunch of like Pokemon like humanified waifus just walking around? Because that's what I was kind of imagining with Octillery. It wasn't actually an Octillery. It was like a human-esque Octillery. Because with those beginning statements. It still doesn't make it any better. It's still weird.
But yeah, here's Gengar's Pokédex entry from Ultra Moon. Even your home isn't safe. Gengar will lurk in whatever dark corner of a room it can find and wait for its chance to catch its prey.
Bro, what is it? Oh, bro, Mimikyu's is wild too. Doesn't it go like if you see it, it will just kill you, even if it's your trainer or something? Like these aren't wild stories, but like it's still crazy that they still think about it like this. Relations. That's so weird. I hate that word when it's used. They had relations.
It's just
adult.
It's clearly not relations. Some of these are not relations.
No. I have no idea who was cooking up the lore, bro, but they were off a perk, dude.
It's wild.
They had their one hand type, but they had one hand typing, the other hand was doing something else. But you know what makes it worse is that the mons that they're describing aren't even like the human-esque ones. It's not Lopunny.
Animals.
They're just straight up
just normal animals that this is happening with.
I know what their angle they're probably going at, but I wouldn't be shocked if some of the developers at Pokemon might be low-key zoolophiles.
Probably. All right, here's Mimikyu's Dex entry for Ultra Moon. A gust of wind revealed what hides under this Pokemon's rag to a passing trainer who went home and died painfully that very night.
Guy got Jason Voorhees, bro.
Like he saw what the Pokemon's true form was and literally couldn't handle that and died.
Straight up Cthulhu.
Like Mimikyu's actually just Cthulhu.
That's absolutely
What's crazy in the anime, Meowth sees Mimikyu's true form multiple times and
doesn't die.
They literally have to revive him.
That's a wild ass feat. I didn't know Jesse and James had healing powers. That's wild.
Like they suck him back from the afterlife back into his body. They don't even know that he died. They just like smack him or something and he comes back.
That's actually wild.
I think in one, Pikachu shocks him and like that restarts his heart. But yeah, Mimikyu canonically has killed Meowth multiple times.
That's actually wild. That's insane. Now it kind of makes sense why they stopped kind of doing that. Except for the Oh my God, that just hit me.
What?
there's gonna be leaks about the ghost girl from the tower.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God,
That's like the biggest.
I swear to God, if nobody's looking through those goddamn files right now, and I don't get an answer to that weird ass girl that shows up in that goddamn tower,
failed.
I'm gonna be pissed.
They absolutely failed, because I remember too encountering that the first time, because I didn't back
Caleb at 7 years old. What the hell's going on?
Well, X and Y was out back in 2013, so we were in middle school, right? I think that was freshman year. Or not freshman year, sixth grade.
It was sixth grade.
That was sixth grade. So, yeah, because I didn't have a phone at the time. Nobody else I knew was playing the game really. No, like as extensively. So I remember I was just sitting on the couch over there, and Colby was sitting next to me, and I think he was watching me play. And then we get to the inside of the building, and it's just that girl just floats up. And it goes, "No, you're not the one," and then floats away. And I was like, "What the heck just happened in my game about colorful animals?"
There's so much. Apparently, so another lore thing here too. Apparently, there's supposed to be 4 legendaries in that game,
and like there was supposed to be an X and Y too.
Yes, that there's. Whoever makes that first video of the cut content in X and Y, my ass will be planted.
I will be watching.
I will be watching it. That's right now. If any up and comer YouTuber, Pokemon YouTuber wants to get famous fast, cover this leaked footage or this leaked details. I'm telling you right now, people will be munching at that. But I guess that leaves us with the final story. Or at least the grand one, the Pokemon origin story. No?
Oh.
Or do you want to? Is there still more?
I didn't know that there. I was just looking at Dex entries for Ghost type Pokemon.
Yeah, there's still one.
Of course, the classic. I'll leave off with the classic of Banette's Emerald entry. An abandoned plush doll became this Pokemon. They are said to live in garbage dumps and wander about in search of the children that threw them away. They just murder children.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Pokemon that do that.
Yeah, they just hate kids.
They just killed kids, and kids catch them.
Yeah, that's what's going on with some Pokemon designers, bro? Because that's some. What was that face for?
Theme: humans hunting Pokemon / Native American ecology philosophy.
What? Now you gotta read that one, bro.
In the past, when the boundary between humans and Pokemon was blurred, there was a grassy plain and a large lake at the foot of a mountain. 2 men lived in the west and east sides of the lake. The 2 men lived by hunting Pokemon. The man living in the west was not particularly skilled, but he strictly followed the hunting rules. The man living in the east was a skilled hunter, but often neglected these rules. One day, the man from the west went out on a hunt and saw a Rapidash in the plain. Its lush mane shone beautifully in the sunlight. As the man from the west readied his bow, the Rapidash spoke. "We have children now. If I die, there will be none of us left in this plain." The man from the west lowered his bow and said, "Then I will not kill you. However, I desire your beautiful mane, so I ask you to become my wife."
Why are we doing this again? Why are all of them about putting your you know what's it in a? And you know what makes this weirder? Because like in the previous arguments, it's all like, oh, they're probably maybe like half human or some reason. No, this is a full on horse that you want to put your hoo-ha in. Or put something in their hoo-ha in.
But I think based on the theme being Native American ecology, I'm pretty sure I heard a story like this from one of the tribes
or something.
That is like it wasn't a horse, but it was like a god of the plains or something that teaches the lesson that's being taught here. But this is just a horse.
You want to put your little arrowhead in the gushy wushy, bro. That's a horse. Like the other stories, I could have argued, it might be like a Slack King, but he could look like a dude, and it makes it worse.
The Typhlosion one does say at the end that Typhlosians are half human.
Yes, it's just like, this is just a straight up horse. You want to...
Then again, the Typhlosion one wasn't out of the humans' desire.
Yeah,
that was out of their control.
Yeah, poor girly.
Bro.
All right, continue. I already know where this is
Okay.
going, bro. But it's just straight up a horse. It's not like some anime waifu or something, bro.
The Rapidash became the wife of the man from the West. After about 2 months, when Ponyta began to appear in the plains, the man from the West was riding on the back of his wife, the Rapidash, running across the plain.
Ride wife. Wife fight back.
I knew you were gonna say it too.
Kill wife.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Wife sad.
Eventually, they reached a place where many Rapidash and Ponyta were resting. The wife said, "They are my husbands. If you need, you may hunt them. If you treat them with care, they will not die. However, do not kill the female Rapidash or the Ponyta. The female Rapidash are my sisters, and the Ponyta are my children. That means the female Rapidash are your sisters-in-law, and the Ponyta are like your children." Okay, you know what? Maybe this one was mistranslated. Maybe it's not wife. Maybe they just became a companionship of sorts, where he rides the horse, and the horse takes him and helps him hunt because he's not a skilled hunter.
Note on some Japanese translations. Oh, thank God I know this because of power scaling and doing some JoJo stuff. Some kanji can be interpreted like you know how we can say fuck, but like. Or any other word, but depending on the context, sometimes in Japanese that happens. So there might be like kanji for like wife, but sometimes you can interpret it as companion. So I think you're right on that.
I think that's the case.
Yeah.
So he's not banging a horse.
I hope not.
Because it sounds like this is a companionship. Because if the other Rapidash in the field are her husbands, then I can assume that she's not having relations with the man.
You're just my ride.
Other than being his Uber.
Yeah, Rapidash Uber's insane.
Rapidash Uber. A few days later, the man from the east went out hunting. When he reached the plains, he found a Ponyta. He immediately shot an arrow and killed it.
Damn.
As he continued looking for more prey, he encountered a Rapidash. It was a female Rapidash. The Rapidash tried to say something, but the man from the east ignored it and shot his arrow.
Kill all Xenos.
He then cut off the mane of the Rapidash he had killed, and proud of the beautiful mane, decided to show it off to the man from the west. He wrapped the mane around his head and headed home.
Do you know what? Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Lore here. Big brain lore here. Fire Rapidash, fire type Rapidash, their flames can go out. But I forgot the region that they're from. The fairy type Rapidash don't have that. So all of these just My Little Unicorn Rapidashes?
My Little Pony's getting murked by bows and arrows.
Technically, canonically, when the story is written, that doesn't make sense because I think it's like stated like the flames can and will go out, but like it would be so much funnier in my mind. They're just My Little Pony
My Little Ponies with their pink plushy hair just getting skinned. Oh my gosh.
I've now become the Rapidash killer.
Eventually, tired of walking, the man from the east decided to rest under a large tree by the lake. As the man from the west and his wife, the Rapidash, walked along the lake shore, they saw a glimpse of the Rapidash's mane under the shadow of a big tree. He is male. He has no children, so if you need, you may hunt him, said the Rapidash. With that, the man shot an arrow at the Rapidash. When he approached the prey, he found the man from the east lying there, wrapped in the Rapidash's mane. Take this mane back with you, and when you hunt Rapidash, follow the rules I have told you. With those words, the Rapidash said farewell to the man from the west and returned to the plains. So they just killed... that was their whole plan was just to get that guy from the east killed.
That's some real gangster shit right there, bro.
They murked him.
Yeah. Get fucked.
They straight up murked him.
That's so... Okay, out of all of them, that's been the coolest one. I think that should have been in the game.
That one is good.
Yeah. Like, there's really nothing really crazy about it. It's just like, hold on.
That one's just straight up like... It's a good lesson, too.
Yeah.
Like an actual lesson to be learned. I guess the other one's... The first one with the slack oath has a good lesson,
but you know, you could have held back on some of the details.
Could have held back on the rape part.
Yeah, a little bit weird on that one.
Where do I find the one that you're talking about?
I think I sent it to you.
Did you?
Yeah, it's in a tweet. I think that's the whole thing.
New, more accurate translation of the official origin of the Pokemon universe.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the one. I haven't read this one. I was saving this for the pod.
Okay. In the beginning, there was a vortex of chaos.
Already completely different from the original that we have because it was an egg.
It was an egg.
Yeah.
Somebody was walking around with their DS in their pocket and hatched the Pokemon universe.
Is that the joke? Is that what they're actually pulled from? And how you real life stats hatch eggs, right?
Oh no! Wait, hold on. All mixed together slowly
To form the
together,
egg.
and everything was a blur. One day, a large egg appeared in the center of the chaos. For a long time, the egg continued to shake. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
somebody was walking with the Pokemon universe in their pocket. Eventually, the vortex stopped. The egg broke. The absolute god AUS was born.
I think so. There's a weird. So I can't. I'd have to find it, but there's a little lore sheet that says that these names are not supposed to be like Arceus and Palkia and stuff. I have to find it, but they end up representing like actual names and stuff. And I think in this case, Aeus quite literally means like ultimate perfection. And so the lore here is a lot of people have been speculating that Arceus is the byproduct. Like he's like Kyurem in a way. Like he's not the actual full-on deity. So there could be some gigabrain lore. It's so weird how this goes back to power scaling. Why Pikachu can shock God. Because Arceus isn't God.
He's not just God. He's just like the
super powerful, like one step down below version. So like almost in a weird way, Arceus is Jesus and Aeus can be interpreted as God in a way.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to look for it, but continue.
The scattered fragments of the egg transformed into giants and attacked the newly born Aeus. However, Aeus quickly grew and continuously defeated the giants. At last, after a fierce battle, Aeus defeated all the giants. The wounded Aeus created an alternate self. As the left and right side of Aeus's body were different, it created two selves. Aeus gathered the body of the giants and poured its blood into them. From the one who resembled his left poured out light, so Aeus named it Ia, the god of light. And from the one who resembled his right poured out darkness, so Aeus named it Ea, the god of darkness.
No, there he is.
That makes sense. Ea, being bad.
That's funny.
To the two, Aeus commanded that the world be filled with people and fell into a deep slumber. Although Ia and Ea were different in appearance, they loved one another, were joined, and had many children. However, there still existed no world.
Wait, what did you just say? Repeat that last sentence.
Although Ia and Ea were different in appearance, they loved one another, were joined, and had many children.
Oh my god, there is yaoi Pokemon lore, bro. I am that what?
Anyway, however, there still existed no world, and their frail children, who had nowhere to go, died one after the other.
R.I.P., bro.
Though overcome with great sadness, Ia and Ea thought of creating a world where all could live healthy and prosperous lives. Ia and Ea called their children Re, the god of eyes, Ai, the god of heart, and Hai, the god of voice.
I think those are the
lake spirits.
Yeah.
When Ray opened its eyes, everything there appeared. Everything that was there appeared. Mm-hmm. There was now contour and color in the world. When AI wished for it, everything was there. Everything that was there could be felt. A sense of calm spread. When Hai shouted, everything that was there trembled. Blessed timber began to resonate. To the three, Ia and Ea gave the seed of life and told them to nurture it. The three gathered in a circle and prayed. The seed sprouted. The sprout quickly grew and became a giant tree of life. However, the tree continued to grow, soon filling the entire void, and no one was able to move. The three asked Father Ia and Mother Ea for help. Ea and Ia joined once again and had three children. The god of the sky, Rayquaza, the god of the earth, Groudon, and the god of the ocean, Kyogre, were born.
My goats.
The goat trio. Rayquaza wrapped its body around the Tree of Life. Groudon and Kyogre slammed their bodies into the Tree of Life. Eventually, the tree fell and broke into 3 pieces. Ray, AI,
What was that in Pokemon mythology?
Prayed, saddened that the tree would rot away like this. Then the pieces of broken tree would transform into the sky, earth, and ocean. Rayquaza became the pillar that holds the sky. The shadow that stretched into the heavens became the 3 gods who sustained the sky: Kairu, Kaigon, and Bangrius. The air filled the sky, and the stars sparkled. Who the heck are they?
I'm trying to find it. There's lore to this.
Groudon became the land that covers the earth. The roar of the diving land became the 3 gods who sustained the earth: Daibu, San, and Gudon. The earth shook and mountains stirred. Kyogre became the veins of the water and embraced the oceans. Oh, maybe no, that wouldn't make sense.
Well, I found it. I found what's some of the meme. So Eus, a state of perfect balance, a symbol of utopia. So basically, it's what a lot of people have been speculating in some of those really, really, really old like sun and moon what is it? Not astrology. What's chemicals like the Philosopher's Stone? What's that called? Forgot what it's. Oh my god, I'm forgetting what it's called. Basically, a lot of people speculated that Arceus in his current form isn't perfect because there's clear separation and so on and so forth. And so I can send this over to you. So maybe if you want to, this you can put on screen because it hasn't been like taken down if you want. But there is some like the names like Ray, I, and Hal. They all have names to him. Mm-hmm. So like air, a symbol of an unbalanced state. LA or like there's a lot here.
I'm more wanting to know what Pokemon they're referring to.
I think. Hold on, I can go. There is a lore sheet.
Hold on, let me finish.
Go.
Kyogre became the veins of the water that embraced the oceans. The ripples that disappeared into the seas became the 3 gods who sustained the ocean. Which this one doesn't make sense to me. It's Latios, Metagross, and Latios. The ocean was filled with water and the waves whispered. Thus the world was born. IA and EA, the various gods who were pleased with this and filled this world with their children. The peaceful world was a paradise for the children of God. The children of God would continue to multiply. Through that, words would change little by little. Over time, the gods would call those who lived in the world by 2 names. The children of God resembled the great father Ia would be called Pokemon, and the children of the god who resembled the great mother Ea were called humans. The absolute god Aus will soon awaken, and seeing the world filled with its descendants will promise great abundance and prosperity.
So EA, how's that one spelled?
Just EA.
Apparently my goat Palkia just made everybody. All humans.
Wow.
This is the list. Eus is Arceus. La is Dialga. EA is Palkia. I think some of these have also changed.
So IA is Dialga. EA is Palkia. Okay, I see the graph.
Is Uxie. Yay, or just AY is Mesprit. H is Azelf. And then Groudon. And then it goes Latios, Metagross.
I don't understand. Okay, so Dragonite, Gyarados, and Tyranitar are the ones of the sky.
Mm-hmm. And then Heatran or Darkrai, but I think that one's been Darkrai now, confirmed.
Which one?
For Heatran or Darkrai, but I think it's Darkrai because he represents like shadows or something. And then everybody else, it goes like Ho-Ho-Lugia, the Reggies. Basically, all the trios are there. Mew's there, Celebi's there. For some reason, Deoxys is there. I don't know why. And there's many more. I think there's a lot of interpretations on this list. For the most part, I think this is the most accurate to at least my knowledge. But yeah, there's like all these Pokemon just have like major like I don't know, roles to play. I have no idea why Deoxys is here. And I think a lot of people consider like the pseudo-legendaries like demigods or something.
But who is Dabu, San, and Gudon? Who the heck are those supposed to be?
I think some of these might have been scrapped. I think.
So Groudon has no homies.
Yeah. Well, Rayquaza and looking at this one, Rayquaza and Kyogre don't have homies either.
This one shows Kyogre has Latios, and Metagross. And then Rayquaza has Tyranitar, Gyarados, and Dragonite.
Hold on. There's many lists. So yeah, I'm seeing that one. And then this
What's
one,
your list then?
I'm looking at the image. So this one's a little bit different. So I don't know who Gordon is. Apparently
Gordon.
Maybe from what it looks like. Oh, wait a minute. I get it. Latios. Okay, I can explain this. It just took me a while. Dragonite, Gyarados, and Tyranitar are all dragons, so they follow under a dragon. Kyogre has Latios, Metagross, and Latios because I think they're
all psychic.
Yeah, they're all psychic or like water-esque themed. Like,
is Metagross water themed?
Because I think they counted that because he lives on islands because of the region. I think that's why they count it. Maybe lore-wise here, we have yet to see the bottom three.
Maybe.
In proper form.
I guess they do say, I just saw scrolling through that Gen 10 is going to be based on an archipelago.
Oh, so my goats again?
Maybe that's where we're going to see those three. But right now, Groudon has no homies.
No homies. Poor bastard.
No homies.
Nobody loves Groudon.
Also crazy that Rayquaza didn't get actual legendaries. He only got pseudo-legendaries.
Hey, I don't multi-scale a bitch though. Got Roost on that. I don't care if it ain't a legendary. One dragon, one thunder punch, and it's over with Dragonite.
So what is the outer circle then on this?
Hold on, let me look.
Everyone at home's confused because I'm not going to show it on screen. But what is this outer circle?
Well, you can show these ones because this has already been in games and stuff. Now it's just speculation. I don't know.
How are those outer circles?
Like, what do you mean outer circles? You mean the ones like
the gray circle?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me go back to the other one.
With Mew, Celebi, Deoxys, Jirachi.
I think maybe that just represents like the world, like Earth, right? It's so weird.
So did they just get brought into being?
Yeah. Smiley and Birth.
So where's Giratina?
I think that was a later addition.
So that's just they decided to bring Satan just appeared one day in the Pokemon universe.
I think lore wise here, what this
technically lore wise, Giratina was created at the same time as Dialga and Palkia.
Yes, I think with the original one that's showing all this without like any mention of Giratina, seeing how there is Pokemon names here from Gen 3. And some of from Gen 2. This was probably made at the end of Gen 3 or during Gen 3.
Like as they were working on next games?
Yeah, and they didn't want to show it all. So for the most part, because even then when you look at the Reggies, like Tex is not even
Regigigas being Tex.
Yeah,
they call me Tex, and here's my Regirock gang.
Yeah, so this wasn't finished when this was originally done. Yeah. So this must be an older one because there is an up-to-date one thanks to the Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So that one's the updated one with everybody on it. So you can't just use this one and then fill in the gaps. So like the one that we currently see, the one that got leaked, is like
beta.
Is like the beta stuff. So Giratina was not planned until Gen 4. So that
makes sense too. That why they don't have a lot of stuff on here that got added later. Yeah, interesting. The more you know. Well, anyway.
Yeah. I think that's about it.
Pretty much. That's at least the interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is crazy. The Pokemon community is literally going crazy right now. They are throwing fire everywhere. They don't know what's real, what's reality anymore. But man, still waiting for them to release the Game Boy games on the Switch. I sure would love to play that on my Nintendo
I'm being so
Switch.
real right now. This leak drop, these motherfuckers aren't gonna do shit. They're so pissed right now. They are beyond pissed. Don't even ask for anything. This is like a drunk, angry father. Do not. If you're a Pokemon YouTuber and you start making don't even attempt. They don't give a shit right now. No, I do think with everybody reacting to this stuff, and it's all over Japan right now. It has to be.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna end up revisiting a couple ideas. Because if I won't lie, with some of these darker stories, I'm okay with. I like Berserk, so like hearing the rapish stories, I'm like, this is pretty dark. But in a darker Pokemon world, I would be down to like see what that universe looks like. So, maybe this might end up changing a lot of things. Like people just looking at this and watching this, and just like how cool it could be. I'd be down. And like even when you look at Gen 5 and Gen 6, it goes down this like crazy ass like lore rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. So also, wait a minute, I just thought about that. What about the Gen 6 legendaries? Are those?
Well, what we saw on that chart was just up till.
How do they? Hold on. I need to know the up to date like lore because there's so much more. There's no way that's
like
just
you said. They do have an updated canon version of it now.
But that one was in 4. We haven't gotten like an updated version. Well, actually, we have. We saw it on Arceus, but even then, that one wasn't even.
I think people have made it themselves, just based off of what you can find in the games. I don't know what it is though, and I don't have Matt Pet here to be telling me what the answers are anymore.
RP the GOAT. He's not dead. He's just retired.
He just retired.
Aww.
But yeah, that crazy leak. Absolutely insane. How does this affect?
How does this affect LeBron's legacy?
How does this affect Legends AZ?
From what's been shown right now, not too much because it's just all old lore.
Because I'm sure they have all the information for those games.
Oh yeah,
right now, or that game.
Right now. Definitely.
Whether or not they decide to release that, who knows? Because they said they wouldn't release Gen 10, but now we're seeing Gen 10. Because
it's like you enter creative mode. Now you just have all of it.
Now
it's not fun.
You're like, do I release it or do I not?
That's absolutely bonkers, dude. God, man. I love Pokemon. It's such a weird and interesting world. And then it's like, they cut out their weirder ideas. And it's just like,
some of it's
not, it's bad, but like, it'd be interesting.
Well, I'm glad Typhlosion's not canonically a predator.
Yeah. That'd be so weird. Like that was just a story. And then like, what if you had a Typhlosion on your team? The
Typhlosion's like reading it over your shoulder, like,
I'm related?
No, that's not me. That's not me.
Wait.
No. Wait. Hey, you 4 Chikorita fans out there, I'm happy for you. I think you guys finally got a win through somebody else's misery.
Yeah. If they just did something to Charizard, I would have been over the moon.
Nah, they wouldn't dare touch the GOAT trio being the Gen 1.
Oh, they did show this though in Mega Evolution leaks. All their Megas were supposed to look ancient. They're supposed to look like grandpas. Because they're all like old like Gen 1 Pokemon. I thought that was cool.
That's a neat concept, but I like their
forms.
Their actual forms. Yeah. See, it's stuff like that. That's like, yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool, but I'm glad they went with what they went with. Because Tank Blastoise and Blue Flame God Charizard goes too crazy.
I'm still pissed to this day they didn't make Mega Blastoise Water Steel. I'm still angry.
I don't know why they didn't give Blastoise dual typing for the Mega Evolution.
I don't know why they didn't give him dual typing in Gen 2 because the other two had it.
That's true. Though, then again,
Steel Cannon.
I don't think any typing could have been given to him that would have made it not only balanced, but also could have made him.
That guy has Dragon type in Gen 6. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it.
Who has Dragon type?
X Charizard. You gave
Charizard.
him. I'm gonna lose it right now. At that point, you should have given him.
Blastoise gets Ice Beam.
That is true.
But then Ice attacks.
But then Venusaur gets thick fat, and that shit's overpowered in general.
But see that's one of the arguments I heard why it's a good thing that they didn't was that literally Venusaur would be made irrelevant if Blastoise got Steel typing specifically.
If anything, give him Ground or like.
That wouldn't even make sense though.
He's a turtle. He lives on some beaches or something.
Dark type maybe.
And Dark type in Japanese just means like evil.
I think Dark type probably would be the one that would make the most sense.
Or Water fighting,
because it doesn't affect the trio's ability to fight one another. Water fighting would be a terrible idea because Charizard's flying type.
Yeah, but then you have Water Beam. Or you could just made him Water Rock. I think he already knows Rock Slide to begin with.
No, yeah. No, because then the Poison type wouldn't work for Venusaur.
He still got Stick Fat though. Are we just talking about regular or Megas? I'm just talking about Megas. But like, I to this day, bro. I hope I will play AZ if they have Megas proper, and I know they do. If I see Blastoise,
they should.
I will play the game, but it's been a while, and you can do some retconning. Just give Blastoise any dual type.
Just a secondary typing. I'm shooting for Dark type because he's always had Bite as one of his.
Bite's nasty. Bite is so nasty.
That's a great move.
Love Bite. So yeah, like give him Dark type or something.
Give Blastoise Dark type. Give Feraligatr Ice type.
Why Feraligatr Ice type? That's a weird one.
He learns ice moves.
He does?
Yeah.
Never played him.
Here's Ice Fang.
He does? Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know Feraligatr's game like this. I'm sorry, buddy.
The best thing that happened to me was giving Feraligatr Avalanche. Damn. And I was able to sweep Lance's team.
Or Water Ice. That would be a good one for
Water Ice
for Blastoise.
I think it works better for Feraligatr.
Yeah, probably.
I think either way would probably be good. Just Dark Water for Feraligatr or Dark Ice.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
Give him Dragon type.
Give him a Dragon type. Honestly, that would be pretty cool if you just gave Blastoise Dragon type 2.
Or give them all. Okay.
Then it'd be Gamera.
Oh my. That's such a good idea. Okay.
This is what
I want to see. I want to see an X variant of all the other types, and their secondary typing is just wild.
Because then the battle between Charizard and Blastoise would be even better if they both had Dragon typing.
Oh my god.
Then you just spam cool. Dragon type moves on each other.
And then like what, Venusaur can be, oh my god, Anguirus or something?
Yeah.
You just make them all like Godzilla.
Just make them all Dragon types.
You know, I would unironically, what would I change it? Grass Dragon? Grass.
You can either do Grass Dragon or Grass Fairy just to make it balanced.
Yes. You just make it Mothra.
You just make him Mothra.
You just make Venusaur look like Mothra for some reason.
What's funny about you saying that is literally we always had the joke when we played the modded Project M for Smash Brothers that we do.
You played Project M?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was favorite thing.
Damn.
But we because it had the giant battles where you could like literally have infinite like growth from the mushrooms and not shrink. So we'd have it where we have like Godzilla fights, right? I'd be Charizard, Isaac would be Donkey Kong, I think Cliff would be Bowser.
Godzilla,
And
Gamera,
and then Colby would be Ivysaur, and he'd be like, I'm Mothra.
That'd be that right there, $1 million idea. Just give them all experience.
Give them all dragon type.
Or something like that. Just give them the overpowered ones.
It'd be so...
Dragon Steel...
That would be so cool, though.
I think you could do Dragon Steel
all
poison.
just dragon type. Make all Gen 1 Mega Evolutions have dragon type.
Yeah. I'm dying.
I'd have their... give the other two, like, their base forms, so have their normal, what they have now, but then also give them, like you said, the X variant, their dragon type.
I don't know why. Still to this day,
That would be so cool.
You know what? If I were to do some speculation, I believe all of them had a secondary form.
Oh, yeah.
And they just cut it. But they were like, this one's too cool to cut, so we have to keep it.
Alternatively, they had two designs for Charizard and couldn't pick between the two. So they just went with both, but then didn't have time to make new ones.
Unironically, Y variant is better than X.
I actually like X better.
Yeah, no, X, like, looks-wise is better, but, like, talking about just Pokemon abilities, Sunny Day, you can't beat Sunny Day. Sunny Day is too overpowered. So
Don't both learn?
No, it's, I think...
Sunny Day is an ability.
Yeah, and I don't... I don't think...
Or a move that's learned, not an ability.
I don't think Charizard knows it. Or Charizard's X knows it.
No, they do. If your base Charizard knows Sunny Day, then the Mega Evolutions will know Sunny Day.
No, I think they switch on the thing because
They
that's
don't?
what happens.
Because I chose Charizard. I know.
Hold on, wait a minute. Because I know you can get thick fat. Some of them change, right?
But if you're talking about Sunny Day is not an ability. That's a move.
Hold on,
that
wait
is
a minute.
learned.
Now I have to Google my Pokemon lore. My
This
stats.
guy not believing the guy who chose Charmander.
I fucking hate him. Why would I know him?
I chose him.
I know.
I'm telling you.
I know you're telling me, but I just hate him. I hate that stupid lizard. I like. You know what?
Bro, just
unironically, I think the Gigantamax form out of all of them.
What's crazy is these Squirtle fans always have a problem with people who chose Charmander, but we Charmander fans literally do not care. It's just KSI and Dan TDM.
Never mind. I got it wrong. It's Drought. I meant Drought.
Drought.
Yeah. The Y variant learns Drought. That's what makes it
That's
overpowered.
what changed it.
Yeah. Drought's overpowered because it basically removes everything.
Gets rid of water.
Yes.
No water.
Yeah, that's why everybody chose that one over X, because it's like I can just remove everything and I'll be fine.
Buy
Except for Rock
water.
Slide. Rock Slide still
Except for
kicks
Rock
ass.
Slide.
But Kangaskhan. Now that one, you're an asshole.
What is...
Because Kangaskhan hits for 4 times damage.
Oh,
Right?
because the baby?
Yeah. It does it. So like
didn't know that.
any stab move is basically just super effective.
Never used Kangaskhan.
Ridiculously overpowered.
I didn't even know where to catch it in X and Y.
I don't remember either. Because I had a phase where I just looked over all those mons and it's just like, so you're just telling me if I got Kangaskhan in the game regularly in these places, I could have just soloed everybody with Mega Kangaskhan.
Is that... Yeah, that is an X and Y
Yeah.
one, not Ruby and Sapphire.
Still overpowered. Well,
Crazy.
that's about it.
Anyway, that's it. Another Pokemon episode. Who would have thought?
And there will be more.
They'll never stop. What's crazy about all of this is we did our top 10 games, and neither one of us chose a Pokemon game.
It's one of those 6 out of 10s that for whatever reason is just
We
still
just
there.
constantly go back to.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Because I look back at my time on my 3DS for my top played games. It's all Pokemon.
Nintendo consoles. You only use them for 2 reasons.
I think-
Obscure indie games and
think
Pokemon.
The top 5 spots are 3 of them Pokemon, being X and Y, Ruby and Sapphire, or Ruby and Moon.
Water electric.
Water,
Blastoise
electric,
for no reason.
Blastoise.
How do the cannons operate? Or give him a new ability. Like it's kind of. I know he has one.
I'm saying it right now. Give them all dragon typing, and then they can just go crazy.
At it.
They'll go crazy.
And then people will still pick the Y Charizard over him. The Drought's a bitch.
Yeah.
Everybody, wow, Groudon sucks. His new introduction. I love that meme where like it's their mega or their omega forms and they're shooting their abilities. It's like, oh no, he's gonna be hit for 4 times damage. The water evaporated in the sunlight.
And then Groudon.
I'm about to hit you with earthquake.
I'm about to hit you with a thunderbolt.
Can he? Yeah, he learns.
He learns thunderbolt.
That's spicy.
Spicy.
Bow.
People have been sleeping on Groudon for too long.
Now, don't ever reintroduce those forms ever again. Those were everywhere. They were
primals?
toxic. Primals were dumb. They were so toxic, dude. Like. Competitive Pokemon's an interesting like rabbit hole to go down because it's like, why are people using what's the pre-evolution to Lucario? I forgot.
Riolu.
Why are people using Riolu? People did in competitive Pokemon.
Focus Sash Rattata.
Yeah, or what is the other one? Beating God with Rattata is still like one of my favorite videos. Insane. Or what's Honchkrow, the one before it, the small one.
Yeah, Murkrow.
Yeah, Murkrow had one of the funny abilities where it like halves damage and something, and it's like everybody started using it.
Because Murkrow was originally just a solo evolution, so it had to be strong enough to be on its own without an evolution. And so just Honchkrow is just a bonus for anybody.
Yeah, it's like stat wise cool, but then you lose the cool ability. Me as a child, my opponent using a status move increasing their attack, whatever. Me as an adult, fuck. He's gonna stab me.
I'm about to die.
I love my Dragonite. I love how I know how to play Pokemon now, and it's really just Dragonite, Dragon Dance, Roost, Thunder Punch, or Fire Punch if you're being extra.
Everyone down in the comments, since we reached the end, I'm going to need you to comment whether or not we still hire a Cyndaquil as our light guy.
It's not awesome.
Or no, if we hire a Cyndaquil to be our Jamie. Is giving a Cyndaquil access to the internet a bad idea? Based on the story that we heard that is likely untrue, do we give a Cyndaquil access to the internet?
We should make it Snorlax. My girlfriend likes Snorlax.
But then you just sleep on the job.
That's the
It's like having 2 Alexes on the podcast.
I do things. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You know that's fucked up. Damn. Like I wasn't totally sleeping today after lunch, but that damn. I took a quick It's been my first Mimi's in a while after lunch in like I think over like a year. So I'd like to clarify that. Yeah.
Real. Anyway, like I said, down in the comments, do we hire Cyndaquil? Yes or no?
You decide.
That's it.
And that's a game theory.
A game leak.
Yeah. And that's a leak.
That's a leak. A giga leak.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys. Peace out.